Good afternoon, Ms. Walton. My name is Shannon Buckley, and for my presentation today, I will be discussing an industry where the sparkling lights, joyous atmosphere, and constant ring bells are a common theme. Any idea what this is? Maybe this will give you a better idea.
This is gonna be good.
Yes, it's the casino, and here everyone is energized to win money. However, the reality is that like any other business, they're in it to make money. If you set a budget and time limit, casinos offer a night of entertainment that is unmatched by many others. The unfortunate part is that many individuals cannot control their spending and become addicted to the games. Although gambling can occur through various avenues such as the lottery, horse racing, and video terminals, for the purpose of this presentation, I will be discussing casinos, which in 2010 represented approximately 34% of the total revenue generated in the Canadian gambling industry. During this presentation, I will cover all aspects of the casino, from the cold hard facts to the tricks used, and finally, I will discuss gambling addiction. So welcome to the casino. Not surprisingly, casino revenues are growing, and with more casinos being built, this number can only be expected to grow. Within a year, casino revenues grew 1%, making the average revenue per person grow to $515 in Canada. One shocking statistic, this figure is $855 in Saskatchewan, 62% more than the national average. Why such a large gap? It all comes down to enticing the consumer to keep on playing. When gambling, the most important thing to remember is the house edge. Even though players periodically may get a chance to win, the house will always win in the long term. While many players firmly believe that gambling is not a game of luck, but that technique and concentration can be used to give them advantage, to put it simply, they are wrong. Casino games are games of pure probability. One of the most common games at casinos are slot machines. Some players swear by watching a slot machine to determine when it's ready to pay, prior to using the machine. Some say it's how you push the button or pull the handle. However, slot machines have a computer chip called a random number generator inserted into them, which generates thousands upon thousands of different possible spins, even when no one is playing. So while it is possible to determine the patterns that have occurred in the past, it is almost impossible to determine what will happen in the future, as these patterns do not affect the future. Similar thinking also applies for blackjack. Although card counting is often considered a way to cheat the game, many casinos use at least 8 decks of cards. Therefore, actual card counting with any degree of effectiveness is difficult, if not impossible. As mentioned previously, casinos generate such high levels of revenue by enticing the consumer to stay and play for a while. While some tactics are noticeable, others are subtle, but all will leave the customer with feelings of comfort and optimism. By not having clocks and windows, casinos are able to remove links to the outside world. Without these items, guests are not able to see day turn to night, therefore disabling their internal clock, making the time spent in the casino seem minimal. Additionally, many casinos encourage their employees not to wear watches, making it near impossible to find the time if you did not bring a watch yourself. Casinos also implement tricks to keep their customers feeling engaged and energetic. A casino is a symphony of constant bells, sirens, flashing lights, and change clanging. These sounds paint a mental picture in the player's mind that their fellow gamblers are constantly winning. However, when examined further, one begins to realize that these are the sound every machine makes, regardless if it wins or if it loses. Near misses are also a tactic used by the casinos. However, the reality is that coming close doesn't mean a win, and it doesn't mean a win is coming. So essentially, it's the exact same as a loss. Yet individuals still get excited and create false hope for themselves when they almost win. One common thought that many gamblers share is that the money they have lost gambling is not really lost, because after all, they can just win it back. However, this is not the case. The unfortunate thing is that with excessive gambling, it not only affects an individual's life financially, but emotionally as well. It is no surprise that those who make more money spend more money gambling. However, those with incomes over $80,000 spend only 0.6% of their income on gambling, while those who make $20,000 or less a year spend 2.6%. In addition to financial loss, missed work, increased stress, and neglect of loved ones are side effects associated, regardless of how much income you lose. The unfortunate thing is that 6.3% of Canadians are thought to be at risk or problem gamblers. Although this number seems fairly small, when you consider all the friends and family that gambling has affected, this number becomes a lot larger. The fortunate thing is, there is a way to fix it. The most important thing to remember when dealing with gambling addiction is that every gambler is unique. So individuals need a recovery program that is specifically tailored to fit their needs. Group programs such as Gamblers Anonymous is a 12-step program that pairs individuals with a sponsor. The sponsor is there for the sole purpose of lending a helping hand along the way and sharing his or her experiences. Another avenue to consider is cognitive behavioral therapy. Programs such as the 4-step program aim to rewire a player's brain by changing how they rationalize their gambling behavior. Relabel, reattribute, refocus, and revalue. Covering up the problem or getting a friend or family member to bail you out may be a short-term fix, but without a change in attitude, the problem will only come back in the future. Gambling, when not taken to extremes, can be a great source of entertainment. As long as you go to the casino with both a time limit and cash limit and leave when one of them runs out. Those who gamble responsibly realize that the money they are spending is the cost of their entertainment. However, as discussed in this presentation, not all individuals have this ability. Gambling addiction cannot be solved in a day. Although the funds you lost may be paid back over time, it is a much longer process to return to your life than it once was. Unfortunately, slot machine spins are completely random and roulette balls don't have memory. The house may not win every single time, but in the long run, they will be ahead. Know your limit, play within it.